Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new episode of podcast. Today's our guest is the winner of Smart India Hackathon 2024 and a speed cuber who can solve a 3 by 3 Rubik's cube under 10 to 11 seconds. So we will hear how he and his team tackle a real world problem in scientific data handling, how they balance exams during hackathon, and what it really takes to win at national level. So let's start with your introduction. First of all, welcome to the podcast. Can you quickly introduce yourself to our listeners, what you do, where you study, and what you are passionate about?
Okay, so I'm Nav. I'm a third year BTech undergrad at Chhatrapati Sahuji Maharaj University, Kanpur. I'm currently doing my BTech in computer science with specialization in artificial intelligence. I'm basically passionate about building things. I've been programming since like 4 to 5 years, more than that. So yeah, I like building things, applications or real world applications, anything which involves problem solving that intrigues me.
Okay. So you started coding since you were in school?
Yeah, I did start coding when I was
Oh,
in school. I started from automating Zoom classes back in COVID.
oh, that's cool. Moving forward, let's talk about your project. So, can you tell us little about your project and what problem you were trying to solve?
Okay, so the my problem statement was from Ministry of Earth Sciences, and the specific organization was INCOIS. They pretty much deal with data sets and data involving oceans. So they need to download terabytes of data
Mm-hmm.
sets from the internet.
Okay.
And like let's say there are two scientists or three scientists, and they require the same data set. They may download it again and again, increasing the bandwidth of the organization. Like the internet
Mm.
usage may go high, so they needed to control that. So they needed a solution which could detect duplicate downloads in an institutional environment, let's say on a local network level. So our solution aimed to solve that issue. It detected duplicate downloads and tried to transfer files from one system to another on a local level.
Okay. So, what was your first idea to solve this, and what made you change that plan?
Okay, so our initial idea was like the moment you hear the word downloads, the thing that comes into your
Hmm.
mind is browsers. So our initial idea was like, let's start with browsers. So
Uh,
we made a browser extension.
can you repeat
Am
the
I audible,
sentence?
right?
I guess your internet is bit slow.
Yeah, it's fine right now, right?
Yes, yes. Your previous sentence was inaudible actually.
Okay. So our solution was basically the initial solution was to
Mm-hmm.
detect duplicate downloads happening through the browser. So now how
Hmm.
do you do that? So we thought of creating a browser extension which could interrupt the download in between and like contact the server and check if it is a duplicate or not. But then a meeting happened before the SIH actually
Hmm.
happened with the scientists working at Inquis. Now they told us that they don't actually download using browsers. They majorly download from using command line tools like curl or wget, etc., or they write their own custom Python scripts for it. So
Okay.
now the main thing was how do we intercept that?
Hmm.
So from browsers we moved to more console oriented.
Uh, I guess your internet is bit unstable.
uh,
It's
I
lacking in
think
between.
it should be fine now, I hope.
Yeah, it is
Is it
better.
any better? Yeah.
Yes, yes, it is better. Okay, so like, can you explain me the technical idea, like how you technically try to solve the problem?
Okay. So how we actually did it was we made a central server which actually checked if the file is a duplicate or not. And then we
Hmm.
worked, and then on each system there was a little server running which would be able to read the file system contents. It only read the folder you gave it the permission to read. So it was not a very security issue. The
Okay.
judges pointed this out too. So there's a little server in each system. We called it node link, and there was a
Okay.
central server.
Mm-hmm.
And the node link actually contacted the central server to check if the file is a duplicate or not. Now there was a browser extension
Mm.
through which we intercepted browser downloads, and we also implemented a CLI tool. So the CLI tool was basically a wrapper kind of thing, which basically
Mm.
took intercepted the commands, sent it to NodeLink. The NodeLink contacted the uh, central server, checked if it is a duplicate or not, and sent the result back. If it was a duplicate, we transferred the files from the local network. Let's say two computers are there, A and B. A downloaded a file. Now B wants to download the same file. We detected
Mm.
it and we initiated the transfer direct from A to B instead of the internet. This saved bandwidth basically. Now the main thing is they didn't only want duplicates; they also wanted subsets of the data. Let's say
Mm.
you are downloading temperature data from India, but
Mm-hmm.
let's say another person wants temperature data just from Bihar and Jharkhand. We actually needed to detect that the superset of this data is already present somewhere on the local network. So we need to actually like detect that. So for that we used like at that moment during the hackathon we implemented an approach which what did was uh, it intercepted a terminal command. It extracted attributes from it. Let's say user A downloaded the whole India's
Mm.
data and the latitude, longitudes, etc. It was for overall India, and the second user inputted the latitude, longitudes for Bihar and Jharkhand. So we could detect that these lats and longitudes are lying in between the previous one. So through
Okay.
this way, we even detected subsets. For exact duplicates, we did it through hashing the key if these are duplicates or not. So yeah, basically this is how our whole system worked.
So did you like write your own logic for this? Like if there were a conditional statement, or did you use some kind of AI or
No,
those
no.
sort?
Actually, for this subset detection part, I initially thought of using an LLM. I tried Gemini's API during the night, but it didn't actually work. So we wrote our own logic for it.
Okay. And which language did you used for this?
Okay, so we also made a dashboard. So the dashboard was made in Flask, React. The
Hmm.
backend, both the central server and the like the server which is running on each system, both were written in Flask. We used PostgreSQL for the database part, and
Okay.
for the browser extension, we used JavaScript.
Okay. And like talking about the teamwork, let's talk about like how many people were you there and how did you divide the work between your teammates?
Okay, so we were actually 6 people in the team.
Okay.
Uh, During the hackathon, we divided work like 2 people were working on the front end,
Hmm.
me and one of my friend. We were like thinking about solutions also, and I was doing backend. He was like 2 people were doing backend, and this other guy he was like the brains behind the whole solution, ki how the architecture should be, what should be connected to what. He was also doing the what do you say browser extension, and there was one more person who was doing the like presentation part and what do we need to actually present to the judges, how should the UI of the dashboard should look like, etc. That's also very crucial key. uh,
Hmm.
SIH basically happens in 3 rounds. So what do you
Oh.
present to the judges at each milestone? Like you need to show progress. The basic thing is that you
Hmm.
need to show progress. So
Right.
planning ki what you reveal to the judges is quite important.
Okay. So were there any tough moments during the hackathon where things didn't go as planned?
Oh, yeah, actually, there was. In the final round of evaluation, what happened was the evaluation was scheduled, I think, around 5:30, and the judges actually came around half an hour or 45 minutes early. So
Oh.
our system was not actually working. Like we
Hmm.
were trying to like write some new features, and the whole our whole application was in pieces. So when
Hmm.
they came to like judge, and they first came to our table, and
Okay.
nothing worked. I tried to demo and nothing worked. Things which we could demo in the first and second round, even that didn't work. So like the judges
Hmm.
were nice. They gave us a second chance. They said, "Okay, I'll come back in 10 to 15 minutes. You fix everything." So in those 10 to 15 minutes, we tried to hook everything up, and then the demo actually worked. So yeah, we
Oh,
did overcome that.
okay. Okay. So, what were the factors which were distinct in your project?
Okay, so actually we implemented two, three things which were, I think, a bit different. So we
Okay.
implemented a file watcher. So what it was, basically it actually monitored your file system. So let's
Hmm.
say you downloaded a temperature dataset,
Hmm.
and now you rename that dataset to something else. You
Hmm.
even moved its place, like you cut, copy, pasted it somewhere else. So our it was integrated into NodeLink. We called it File Watcher. So what it did was it monitored that file. It updated the file's attributes in the database. Let's say if it was renamed, it would get updated. If it was moved, it would get updated. So
Okay.
if let's say you download a file, you move it somewhere, the other person wants to download the same file,
Hmm.
the file would still get detected and the transfer would still happen. So that was something which impressed the judges. Like one of the judges actually pointed out ki if you are like looking over the whole file system, it's gonna be very resource intensive. Yeah, he was right.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
what we did was we were not looking at the whole file system. We gave the users an option to like select the, let's say, downloads folder or any folder, working folder, which would get monitored. And
Okay.
the library which we were using was written in Rust, so it was pretty efficient. So that
Hmm.
also
Hmm. Hmm.
satisfied the judges. Ki, yeah, this will work.
Okay. So, can you tell like what actually happened on the day of hackathon?
Yeah, sure. So on the actual day of hackathon, so SIH basically happens in three rounds of evaluation. So the
Okay.
first round is it started around 9:30, and I think the first round happened around 1 or 2. If I'm not wrong, I don't exactly remember, but I think it was around that. So the first
Hmm.
round is basically you don't need to show any working prototype or anything. We did
Hmm.
show, but it's not a requirement. You just need to show what your idea is. Make the judges understand what you're working on. How are you
Hmm.
working on it? And they'll also give feedback in like the mentor rounds also happen, so they'll also give feedback. So yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty much the first round, and the second round happened in the night at I think 8 o'clock or something. So in the second round, they do expect working prototype, like
Hmm.
basic working prototype. They do expect it, and they also give feedback and suggestions like add this feature or change this or implement it like this, etc. So always keep in mind the judges' feedback. That's very important.
Hmm.
The
Hmm.
judges need to see progress, that after they gave any feedback you have shown progress to them. And the
Hmm.
final round, no, actually I think the first round happened in the night, the second round happened the next day morning, and the third round happened at 5 o'clock the next day evening. In the
Okay.
third round they want to see a fully working prototype. They even mailed us like a few
Hmm.
files or commands which we actually needed to test through our system, that it actually detects if it is a duplicate or not. So we
Okay.
didn't actually pass all of them, but we passed it to an extent that we did manage to get through it. So in
Okay.
the final, you have to reveal it step by step. So in the first evaluation, we
Hmm.
didn't reveal our dashboard. We had our dashboard ready by then, but we didn't show it to the judges. In the second round, we showed a basic, like the APIs were not connected, only the visual part of the dashboard. And in the
Hmm.
final round, we actually showed a working dashboard. So that did impress them. Minor coding bugs don't actually matter. For example, on the dashboard, there was a bug which showed the size of the file as 0 bytes. The judge pointed it out, but it didn't actually
Hmm.
matter. Your code
Hmm.
idea matters. I
Right.
went to another hackathon 2, 3 months back. In that
Okay.
hackathon also, like in the evening, one of the mentors or judges suggested like 4 to 5 features, and by the
Mm-hmm.
morning we had actually implemented those 4 to 5 features. So
Oh,
that impressed the judge more than our solution, like that progress.
right.
Same happens in
Hmm.
SIH. The more progress you see, the more chances are
Mm-hmm.
that you will like win it.
Okay, that's great. Talking about the venue, where was your SIH hosted and how was your venue experience overall?
Okay, so the overall venue experience was nice. It was hosted in Vardhaman College of Engineering, Hyderabad. The
Okay.
overall experience was nice. The only thing is like they did say that they'll send a vehicle to the like transport, but they didn't. At 11 in the night, they didn't send any vehicle for us to like. They promised it, but they didn't. Like they said that the vehicle broke down. So that was a hiccup. But the overall experience was good. They took pretty
Mm-hmm.
much good care.
So like the environment help you to
Yeah,
motivate, right?
the environment was actually very good. It like they
Mm-hmm.
conducted the hackathon in the library. It was the tables and the chairs were so good. I could like it didn't feel like sitting 36 hours on. It felt very good. The chairs were very nice. The
Full
venue was overall
comfortable.
very good. Yeah, full comfortable. It was
Okay.
nice.
Okay, so talking about your learning and experience, what was the biggest thing you learned from this project, like technically and also non-technically?
So technically, like I didn't do any such project as a team. So yeah, you obviously
Mm-hmm.
learn teamwork from it and how to tackle real world problems. Like it didn't occur to me that this is such a big problem in an organization. Like they do actually suffer from it. So problems
Mm-hmm.
like these also exist, and we need to think in that direction, that we need to solve these. That was a pretty big learning for me.
Right, right. Because I just remember that our previous guest, which was also participant of Smart India Hackathon, and he actually was runner-up. His judges told us that your solution is not that feasible. So we need to really think about the feasibility.
Yeah,
We need to
actually we
think like we have to deploy our project tomorrow. Then how will we like how we should approach the problem, right?
Yeah, actually, during the whole process of the hackathon, even before going there, like submitting the PPT, I had
Mm-hmm.
this in the center of my mind that this project needs to be deployed. They'll only
Hmm.
like this project if they think this can be actually deployed in their organization. So
Correct.
if you ever make any solution, like design a solution, keep that at the
Mm-hmm.
center. Okay, this needs to be
Hmm.
deployed. This should actually work. That
Right,
does
right.
help.
Correct. So, talking about the winning moment, how did you feel when your team won the prize? What was your reaction?
Actually, we didn't think that we'd win. I told you
Hmm.
right, Ki the final evaluation didn't go as planned.
Hmm. Right.
So we were all like scattered around the like the announcement was going on the ground floor. We were scattered around on the first floor, and we could like
Okay.
see from like a balcony like area or
Hmm.
ground floor. So we were like scattered, and they just announced our name. And two of my teammates came running across the hall, the hands in the air, and they just came running across the hall, and we like went down and took the prize. So it felt actually good. It felt like dream-like moment, obviously.
Right, right. So can I know like how many teams were there for your problem statement?
Yeah. So for my problem statement, I think there were 6 teams.
Okay. And do you know about their solution? Like what approach did they do? Do you have some idea
Uh,
about it?
I didn't actually like talk with them, but I did
Okay.
overhear one or two of them. They had a proxy-based solution. Like they didn't intercept the download on the system. They implemented a proxy and they just intercepted it at the proxy level. But the judges pointed out some issues in that solution. So yeah, that there was
Okay.
we also explored the proxy based solution, but I didn't think that it was very feasible, so I didn't go with that.
Hmm. Okay. So. Do you plan to continue on this project or are you thinking something new right now?
And we did plan to continue on this project. Actually, they also asked us to submit a project plan. We have
Hmm.
submitted a detailed deployment project plan, and it's under review right now. If it
Okay.
gets approved, we'll actually work on deploying it.
Okay. So like in hackathon, in SIH, if they really like your project, then they like basically take your project for deployment further.
Yeah, they do take your project for deployment.
Okay. That's great. And like, what advice would you give to the students who want to participate in SIH?
Okay, so advice from my side, I'd say just go for it. Yeah, one thing I'll tell you, don't go for problem statements which are very generic, like which
Okay.
only want to make you require you to make a website or just an app. Don't go for
Hmm.
them. If they 500 submissions easily come for those, and the chances of you getting selected for it are very less. So choose something which is very unconventional. Like the problem statement we chose, they were less entries, around 120 or something. So choose something
Oh.
which actually requires you to think something like a solution for
Hmm.
it. Don't go for those farmer market and those app.
Agriculture and all.
The agriculture can be interesting, but there are some generic problem statements that people usually go for. Don't go for those.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you want to share something else? Something which is like unique or
Something
any
unique.
moment, any moment that happened during hackathon or just anything.
Actually, during the hackathon, the judges, when they came to like judge,
Hmm.
so at our table they always used to spend the least amount of time, and like they
Okay.
used to spend like let's say 4x longer time on some other table, and we were like worried, is our solution that bad that they don't want to listen to it, or do they grasp it in such a short time that they move on? So that did affect us psychologically, that we were thinking like that our project is inferior, we wouldn't win. Why do
Hmm.
they spend such less time on our table? But actually, it worked in our favor. So yeah, don't get discouraged from it. It can be a good thing.
Yeah. So basically, anything can happen.
Yeah,
You
obviously.
just can't predict like if this is happening, this will be the future. Anything can happen,
Yeah,
right?
maybe
Okay.
it is positive.
Yeah. Right. Right. Okay. So you must have done like multiple hackathons, right?
Oh yeah,
Like
I have.
besides SIH.
Yeah.
So can you share some experience regarding that hackathons or any event that you must participate in, that you
Okay,
participate?
so I have participated in Pentathon 2025, which is a cybersecurity CTF, national level CTF. I
Okay.
managed to get 16th rank nationally.
Oh,
It
congrats.
happened. Thank you. It happened in Delhi. So people are not
Mhm.
very aware about it. So I'd like to like tell anyone if they are watching that it will happen next year again in Mumbai.
Uh,
Select
I guess your network was between. Hello?
is it any better now?
Now it's better. What did you say? We heard up till next time something. Can you repeat?
Okay, so I was telling that Pentathon happens like every year around March and April. So if you're
Okay.
interested in CTFs or cybersecurity, do register for it. It's a very interesting event. So the first round
Mm-hmm.
happened for like 48 hours. It was an online round.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, you had to like solve obviously CTF problems for 48 hours, and if you got selected, they called you in Delhi at IPU for the final event. It was very interesting. The final event happened for 36 hours, and they released
Oh.
the problems in waves, and the problems are very interesting, and the people you
Mm-hmm.
meet, they are like top tier of cybersecurity experts in India. So I'd recommend anyone to register for it. It's a very interesting event. been into like uh, 2 3 other hackathons, such as there was a cybersecurity hackathon in Bihar, conducted by CDAC and Bihar
Okay.
Police Economics Unit.
Oh. Hmm.
Also took part in FOSS one, and I recently went like 2 3 days back into a handloom hackathon. So actually, I felt very out of place at the handloom hackathon. They were discussing handlooms very passionately. I couldn't fit in there.
Okay.
So
So
yeah,
basically, you are specializing in cybersecurity. We can say that.
not
Like you are
exactly.
interested. You are interested.
Yeah, I am kind of inclined towards it, but I'm not exactly
Okay.
specializing in it. Yeah.
So may I ask, like, what are your future goals? In which domain are you planning to pursue your career? If you
Okay.
want to tell.
In future I'm planning to pursue my career in AI, obviously artificial intelligence. I'm trying to like learn from the basics, with math. So I'm trying to
Yeah,
learn that, and I hope to like get a career in that.
yeah, yeah. AI is really like math focus. It's too much.
So I don't want to like get into AI with like superficial knowledge. I actually want to know how it works. So I'm actually working
Yeah.
towards it right now.
And it's actually when you get to understand the core working of AI, how actually the algorithm works, it's actually really beautiful how the math is making sense and how
Yeah,
the numbers are
exactly.
connecting and everything.
Like ChatGPT feels magic, but when we actually dive into it, it feels
Yeah,
like, yeah, this should work. Why wouldn't it work?
yeah,
It's
actually.
very interesting.
Yes,
AI has
yes.
always fascinated me.
Same,
I
same,
tried
same.
learning AI back in high school, but the math was not up.
Hmm.
Like I was not very good at math back then. I'm not actually right now, but like I can actually understand something right now. I couldn't back then.
Yeah. Actually, I had also started learning AI and machine learning since last year. And same, I am also really fascinated about how everything is working.
It's actually a very interesting field.
Yeah. So one more personal question I want to ask you, like, do you think AI will replace human jobs? What are your opinions?
Um, Actually, I do think that AI will replace many of the jobs, but like not right now. People who say that AI will not replace a job, people who know how to use AI will. Actually, AI will replace. Like AI is getting to a point where it will actually
Hmm.
replace employees who work full time. Like it can act like it's getting better day by day. Even today, GPT-5 got released. I have been testing it since morning. Like it's
Oh.
pretty good at creating front end and stuff. So I
Hmm.
do think many jobs are at stake right now. Like not exactly right now, but they will be in future. So yeah.
Are you talking about software related jobs or in general? Everything.
No, actually, I was focused on like the programmer's job.
Okay.
But in general, I don't think like the manual jobs are getting replaced anytime soon. Eventually,
Hmm.
they might, but not anytime soon.
Like there is also growth in automation and robotics. So many robots are capable to do things that humans used to do in past. So
Yeah,
that
there's
is
that,
also a
but
concern.
there's also a trust factor involved in that. Let's say you can easily automate a barber's job. You can
Hmm.
program an AI to cut your hair, but would
Hmm.
people
Hmm.
actually use it? No, people would not. People wouldn't trust
Hmm.
a machine over an actual person. So
Hmm.
there's that.
Right. That makes sense. Okay. So let's wrap up. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So that was really inspiring. And I also learned a lot from this podcast as I'm not much into cybersecurity and networking. So thanks for joining today. And to all our listeners and viewers, if you want to connect with Nav Srijan, is that correct?
Nav Srijan. Yep.
Nav Srijan. Okay, sorry. If you want to connect Nav Srijan, I will mention his LinkedIn profile in the description of the video. And if you want to connect with me, I will also mention my profile so you can connect with both of us. And thanks for watching. So let's meet in the next podcast. next podcast. Okay.
Thanks for having me.
Okay. So actually my questions are over.
It's all right.
मैं एडिट कर दूंगा ये.
हाँ, sure.
एक्चुअली आंसर्स एकदम ऐसे फटाफट बोल दिए कि टाइम ऐसा कम टाइम में हो गया.